we not looking for easy, but specifically talking to my men out there, man, the young males, young guys that's in the streets or, you know, anywhere, period, you have a hard time going through that transition. But the reality of it is this, that we not looking for easy. Part of being a man is to be able to go through difficult things. And I think that we get to a point where in society, everybody want everything to be easy and soft. You know, you got to have a vision for your new life and your new self in order to be able to consistently go there. Otherwise, you go fall off at any point in time. So in absence of you having the ability to completely just say, I'm going to go cold turkey, you understand me? You have to find replacements that can subsidize what you're already doing. Because when you get rid of one thing, replace it with another thing. So I like the idea of starting with, you know, number one, if you can, the best thing for anybody is to do a fast. But it also spiritually helps me with any other aspect of my life and my shadow self that I need to work on. Because as I'm controlling, you know, my restrictions on what I eat, then it gives me focus on other things, right? If it's no gluttony, there's no greed going here, or what other aspects of life should I be focused on? And that spiritual aspect be so key because there's a lot of men suffering spiritually. And you know, there's no sympathy for the young killer in the streets. There's no sympathy for young black men and the destructions we got to go through on a daily basis to survive and the traumas we go through. And so as it's one thing where it's like, yo, telling somebody to make a change, another thing, of course, like, you know, we go through the experience, but also the practicality is start with fasting. That's one of my keys. Yeah. If you can fast, you realize what you don't need, and then you replace it with things that you actually need. And then, of course, the water. You understand me? A lot, you know, most of the time people overeat because they dehydrated. So hydration is key because anytime you're doing something good for yourself, you're reminding yourself of the reason you're doing it. And it makes you want to do it in other areas of your life. So it then becomes this pattern that can now become your character, right? And then we can go towards, like you say, the fruits. Just simply going to the store and passing up, you know, the Red Hot Riplets, man, they be hitting, I know. You understand? For people in St. Louis, they know what I'm talking about. Everybody else, they don't know what I'm talking about. But instead, go get a fruit. We live in food deserts on purpose. It's systematically designed to keep you hungry, to keep you dehydrated, to not be tapped into source. So you go with those fruits. Then you go with those vegetables. You know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he talked about that small white navy bean. It has the power to absorb certain radiation and toxicity, you understand me, within the body. So if I'm gonna give anybody a start, man, fasting, water, fruit,